Hello, I am Mike of Neil Dice, and we're back in Gnomoria for a bit. No particularly good reason. Just felt like Gnomoria ring. I've made a little annex here, um, which was going to be right. For those of you who it's been a while, I have. Oh, I'm saving the game. That's good. I have a beetle infestation problem. And the main problem with the beetle infestation problem is actually that I think it's slowing the game down somewhat. And it also means that I can't have the option to freeze the game whenever a monster is seen, because I'm just seeing millions and millions of beetles all the time. And which means the problem when actual monsters turn up, the game just keeps going, and I don't have the opportunity to. I have to actually react, especially the game's stopping. So, kind of like. So I've built this tunnel of water. Well, it's going to. The idea is I built this kind of tube. Not quite sure what else you'd call it, really. There's a word for a hollow thing, which I've forgotten. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, it's actually not working anyway, that's fine. Anyway, so there's going to be this channel, and the idea is to pour some water in. I had to dodge around here because I'm, there's water in the way. So the idea originally was to pour some, open up a thing here, and then have some mechanical walls, which I would then open, and then water would pour through, and then the beetles would be flushed away, and stuff like that. But then I made a mistake, and I actually accidentally breached some water into this area. So this is now all full of water, which is a problem. I've decided to get around this problem by literally digging around it. So I can have an area here where there is mechanical walls which I can control, and so I can open them and then shut them, which means I'm going to have some power and axles and gearboxes and stuff. I was also wondering about pumping water. Like, maybe I could pump enough water, because this is where the problem is that ramp. I dug a ramp up there, which I didn't need to do. I thought I was being clever, but I was not being clever. And so I thought, well, maybe I can pump enough water so I get rid of all of this, and then dwarves can come in and fix this problem. But that does not work. So I made a little pump stack to practice this, and the pump stack works quite nicely. I mean, water. I discovered water. Let's see. Yeah. Let's get rid of. There we go. We can zoom in a bit. You can see the pump there with a column of water on top of it. And if you set it, and pumps live in the floor layer, right? And if you go one step down, there's a screw there, which is the mechanical bit. So it lives in the floor layer, and water then goes up onto the layer on top, the actual wall layer on top of the floor layer, and then flows in. So you can build a pipe like this, and then water will come out. Where have we gone? So water will, in fact, kind of come out of there, and stuff like that. It is powered by 2 windmills. You actually need, each windmill provides 20 power. The pump needs 20 power, but the axle itself requires a power. So I needed to do that. Total required power 21, required power 20. because there's an axle in the way. So there you go. So that, now the main thing I discovered when I did that is that my frame rate just went the moment I did that. It's not brilliant at the minute. You can see how, you know, things aren't very slow, aren't very smooth, and you'll hear me occasionally, you know, kind of pressing keys and making things happen, and then it doesn't happen because the game is running sufficiently slowly that it doesn't necessarily immediately grasp what I've just done. So that's kind of entertaining. But when I did run this, my frame rate just went even more. It had actually recovered when I first. One of the reasons why I wanted to do that pump thing was my frame rate just went so bad, and this is a bit dim. It's not that easy to see. I think what happened was water was actively flowing into this area, right? Only now, I think it's pretty much stopped flowing. I think basically all the water that's going to flow into this area here has flowed into this area. I just had a thought. This used to have water on it, and there's a thing I've been wanting to do. Which is to create, yeah, mud plots. Are you being a pain? Okay. So I'm trying to designate. Oh well. Oh, there, I've got it. So there are 10 mud plots in this little area. I can make this into a mushroom farm. At long last, I can actually make a mushroom farm. So let's... What I want to do is I want to remove designations. I want to remove designations from the bits that aren't mud. I don't know if I... yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm being utterly distracted. I set out an area before. This was going to be a mushroom farm at one point, but you need to have mud, which means water on top of dirt, and then you take the water away, and that's normally quite difficult to do. But I've managed to do it more or less accidentally, so I can make a mushroom farm. There you go. I can't remember what I was talking about now. Yeah, so my frame rate was awful because I made this breach. I accidentally made a ramp there, which sucked in water from here. And then because the water was now flowing, my computer had so much more to do. But then it slowed, it got back to being relatively sensible again. Because I had, because all the water, I think what had happened was all the water had finally, that was going to flow, had flowed. I'm doing agriculture. I'm just foraging to get rid of all these plants. So if I want to build stuff here, I can build stuff here. I've made a little tunnel. So none of this should be accessible from the outside world. At least that's the hope. Because I still need, or need might be the wrong word. I still want this to be the only way into my facility, so they have to go past all these traps, lots of spike traps, lots of blade traps, which are actually, some of them are bronze. I think I've got a steel one in here. I've got a malachite one there because I forgot to specify what metal to make them out of. So it's just made out of random things. So my farms are going on. Everything's just fine and dandy there. Everything else is pretty much ongoing. I've got a straw storage because I was beginning to run out of straw. When did you guys die? That's a pity. I would love to be able to find out how people died. I mean, I suppose it's going to be in the events thing. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, we had a goblin invasion a while back. And those are the dead people who died. Sad. What's my population these days? 24. Idle 7. I think it's time to go back to giving my crossbow persons some stuff to do. See, I should probably actually, what I should probably do is go back to having them train not down there, but actually back up here, because the advantage is they will then see bad guys coming. So that's what I'm going to do. It means I'm taking my crossbow people out of the labour market, because my soldiers they've got a lot of duties that they do when they're not actively training, which is deliberate. I've also taken, I put my unarmed civilians back into training. In fact, the only people who aren't training are my actual soldiers. It's possibly a mistake. But they still have all the armour and stuff. So these guys are here. A to be an early warning system, so they'll actually see bad guys coming in. But also they'll be able to shoot them. And they're quite good. At least they were. I've had a few people die and have to be replaced. So he's actually only 28. He or she? She. When did she get? Yeah, so she's quite new. First day of spring, year 9. So she's quite new. But I've got some other ones. Who have I got? Dixie. Year 7. Have I been that brutal? Have my year 4? First day I went to year 4. So Wobbled and Fred. What a name. Been around for a while. Crossbow 120. 126 beetles killed. I thought I had more crossbows than that. I'm not quite sure how the crossbows managed to get themselves killed, because the whole point of the crossbow people is that they stay away from the bad guys and they just shoot. No, that looks alright. I presume Gno and Kurt are currently sleeping somewhere. Or they maybe maybe have some other thing up in the middle of the day. We've got some sleeping people. You're asleep. Who are you? Oh, it's saving time. I put my saving onto daily because I was having crashes, and this way I lose less. Actually, what do you do? You're not a crossbow person at all. No, you got a crossbow. Oh, yeah, okay, 42 crossbow. You joined us in year 8. Okay, well done you. Who else have we got here? You're a woodcutter. Ah, there you go. You're a crossbow person. That's Gno. When did Gno join us? Oh, that's the quarters, not Gno. Gno soldier. Year 8, so not that brilliant. Yeah, I've got another ambassador, which is good because I found a mining colony. Once I got my kingdom worth up to a certain amount, I actually found a mining colony. They're great. Their merchants bring me coal. That makes me extraordinarily happy. I mean, they also bring me lovely things like ores and stuff for cheap. But their main thing is that they bring me coal. That is the thing that they bring me that I need the most. I'm wondering if I really need to be training my unarmed civilians. I might stop. I mean, the fact that they've got good nimble. I mean, it improves certain things like specifically dodge and fighting. Um, so I'm going to change that. There we go. Go back to my military doing training. What a shocking idea, yeah. And also my armed civilians. Although these guys aren't armed, but never mind. Why are you not carrying your weapon for cutting? No, never mind. So they get ogre leather armor. Huh, that's weird. Yeah, they get that. Huh. I wonder. I wonder if I've set up my uniforms properly. I may have given them a uniform of none, which when they start fighting or training, that means they drop whatever weapon they've got. Instead of carrying their felling axe with them when I tell them to go fell trees, they just drop whatever weapon they've got and go punching, which might not be what I want. Because I don't necessarily want the armed civilians getting into fights, but if they do get into fights, I want them to be good at it. I'm having a quick check of my arms and armor stockpile, because I can get an idea of, are there things I need to make. So the fact that I've got bronze shields means that everyone's got, who wants a bronze shield has got a bronze shield. Everyone's got a bronze helmet's got a bronze helmet. Same with pauldrons, greaves, and gauntlets. I've got so many because I think I had a larger military and a lot of people died. So I'm currently okay for things like axes and swords and things. Interesting. So I very clearly don't need to make more things, which is fine. That's currently where we are. Yeah. What my next project is to make a channel. So the idea is I'm going to make, say, walls here. So there's going to be a bunch of, I may have to extend this a bit, a bunch of windmills to power walls probably here. I then dig away that lot, and then I've got a floodgate I can open and close. This will go. I'm going to go around this, and it's going to feed into here, which means I need to get rid of the this floor. And then I've got the option of flushing away the beetles, but that's going to be for other things. So thanks so much for watching. Do hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. Come visit diceyupdice.com. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter, and we've got links to that in the video description. And until we meet again, be nice to your gnomes.